Tog. See, now that's real close to the, on the TurboGrafx 16, you can, like, max out your character levels immediately and skip the first dungeon. The problem is you have no money, so you can't, like, heal yourself, which is kind of bad. But I believe the name you put in for that is Togu, and I don't think there's a similar thing here, so I almost want to take Tog just to see if it works. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the first name that came up. Drew! We going Drew! Let's do Drew! Let's do this! Alright! So, the plot of this, as you can see, is, oh no, there's an evil Balrog, he kidnapped the princess, and now I have to go save her. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm a big, beefy Conan wannabe that stops to read every little bit of text every time I pick up an item because reasons. And I can attack downwards, because hey, why not? I can jump and swing all crazy. I can do an overhand swipe. It's all fun and crazy like that. He hits a heck of a lot harder than the wizard, and he takes a lot less in the way of damage than the wizard, because of course he does. That's the good news. The bad news is he levels up really slowly, but ultimately it winds up being the same amount of experience that I get on him than it is when I play as the wizard, because really it's less about the experience, it's more about getting enough money to be able to buy... for the wizard, continues, because he does not take hits very well, and you can't really avoid a lot of the damage that the end boss will wind up doing to you. And bosses, I guess. The fighter does it so that he can afford the end game equipment that costs nearly 6,000 gold. And these guys all drop like 1 to 2 gold. And the enemies that I'm going to be fighting, possibly unfairly, drop like 50 gold and have better experience than most of the enemies in the game. I don't pretend to understand it, I just know that's how it goes. I'm just going to take that hit. And there's supposed to be, like, a bunch of secret things that you can find in the run. I found one, because there were a bunch of secret things in the arcade. There's one thing I found, and it's this medical herb right here. And honestly, I don't really need any of the medical herbs. I just grab them as a safety, because if I wind up being, like, colossally stupid against the first boss, he can kill me, and I'd prefer to not have to spend any of my 1-ups just yet. You can literally buy 1-ups, like continues, in this run, which I go through them like candy on the wizard. Oh, great. Now I'm going to be poisoned. Just run, just run, just run. Alright, good. So here's the first boss, who is a black pudding. There he is. Please enjoy this black pudding, kids. And he'll do this stupid little hoppy pattern, and I'm going to run away from him a little bit because he's going to drop and do that. And you want to not get beat up by this guy, because of course you don't. So pretty much the pattern is jump, swipe, run away! He's going to drop on you. And if you're too close to a wall, he'll do that really fast, like, hoppy thing at the wall. So if you're not, like, far enough away and crouching, you're totally going to get stomped on, and it sucks. And, well, the good news is I beat the boss. Gold by 6 seconds. I'll take it. Honestly, that probably, if I hadn't gone out of my way to grab the that other medical herb, because medical herbs, what they do, it's a potion effectively, but you don't use it intentionally. It's when you're almost dead, the game will just kind of use it for you. Handy, and we like that. And I'm largely not going to worry about them for a little while here, because I grind up. I mean, you can see the second split is level 11. So, I'm level 3. I grind up, the max level in this game is 20. I grind up over halfway there before going to fight a boss. I'm skipping the weapon shop, because we're not going to do that. I do stop in the item shop because I would like to buy antidotes, because there's no way outside of walking into the last couple of bosses' fights, or dying, you can't get rid of poison, unless you have an antidote, and the game just slowly drains you until you're dead, just forever. It sucks. Nobody likes it. Was that 4? That was 4. Okay, so I'm done on the buying of those. We good on this shopping. That's not the water shopping. Now, normally what you're supposed to do, you go through here, you're talking to people in town. One of them is an old woman who says, help, my daughter has been taken as she's going to be offered up as a sacrifice for the Kraken, who, I don't know, wants to do things, whatever. And normally you go off to the left and fight through a bunch of stuff, because you walk over here and for some odd reason, water hurts you. Try not to think about that too long. But, yeah, water hurts. But it does 2 damage every time you happen to walk through the water. And that's not exactly enough for me to care, because I'm now done with dealing with the water. Because reasons. If you kill the Kraken, you save the girl, and you get a special item that prevents you from taking further damage from water, so you can just walk through it. But as you can see, I don't care. I'm just going to go and skip all of that. So this is water shopping. I hope you liked it. I now have the next to last weapon I'm going to be using in the game because it's neat and swanky and shoots fireballs. Because if somebody gives you the option of having a sword that shoots fireballs, wow, really? You take that sword. So, 5 minutes into the run, I've skipped a boss, didn't save the girl, and now I'm going to grind up over half of the levels in the game immediately on this screen, fighting enemies that conveniently will just run at you like they want to die. If you're not facing them, they're just going to run at you. And that's fine. They also give a ton of experience and die surprisingly quickly. The way that I figured out how to do... Well, not that part. The way that I figured out how to do this fairly quickly is by pot-shotting that first one with the fireball so he slows down. Yes, thank you for pointing that out, D-Rock. I was going to mention it, but you said it too. They do. There are 2 animations for you climbing ropes, and they are both, I'm humping a rope. Now, as you can see, I clearly skipped a little bit ahead in the game. Through design, I guess, because I'm now leveling up super fast. And that's kind of the point, is that I want to be able to murder all the things. Now, I did mention earlier that the medicinal herbs are largely irrelevant, even though I did also say shortly after that, well, those are what keep you alive if you run out of hit points. And that's fine. The reason I say that is that the next nearest inn requires me completing like this entire next series of stuff, or going all the way back through the water to that first town, which I wind up doing anyways. But that's the next inn that I would be able to get to. That was terrible. I don't know why I didn't jump first. And I do wind up using that inn, but I'm not going to be using that inn yet, because there's a boss that I'm going to want to kill on the way there. I go back to that first town because that item shop, it has the medicinal herbs, which I will be restocking then. I will also be buying possibly more antidotes, because it's a bit of a walk to the next boss, who is at the end of this long corridor, and he sucks, and I believe he also poisons you, but there are also spiders that poison you on the way there, and it's pretty hard to avoid them, and if you don't have any antidotes, getting poisoned by one of them pretty much means you're dead. You don't want that. Ain't nobody got no time for that. So instead of dealing with any of those shenanigans, you get the antidotes. Good for you. You also get more medicinal herbs. That's going to be like the last time I actually bothered buying any. But the third item in those stores is the most important. It's 1-ups. You buy 1-ups. That continues. This is based off of an arcade game. So you buy 1-ups, you buy ideally 3 of them, because we're not really going to be going to an inn anymore. And what happens when you die and you're out of medicinal herbs and out of elixirs that magically restore all of your life is that the game will then hand you, you continue. You'll initially only have 2, and I buy, I think, like 3 more. Although, actually, I think with the warrior, I only buy 2 more. It might be 3. The reason I'm not remembering the counting is that on the way to the next boss, as you can see, I'm low on life. I'm going to wind up going through the rest of my herbs to get to the boss. I'm probably going to wind up dying either going to that boss or on the way back. But you come back with full life and full mana, so I don't need to worry about going all the way backtracking to that inn way at pretty much the start of the freaking game. Don't want to have to do that. I just want to buy some continues, and then I just continue right on to, frankly, back to this area where I then grind up to level 16. It'll give me enough cash to be able to afford the best endgame gear. Actually, I am miscounting already because I kill the silkworm, and then I worry about getting to level 16. Although now I'm wondering why I'm bothering to go out of my way to kill the boss when I then immediately start re-grinding into 16, when I should probably just grind to 16 first, because that would be a heck of a lot faster to kill the boss too. And I would get more life off of the continue. You know what? I'm reworking my splits right now, right this second. We're going to go ahead and skip, I guess, the level 16 possibly. I don't remember what level it is where I can start one-shotting these guys. That's the other annoying thing. It's when I have 50 attack power, and I'm not there yet, and I'm not gonna be there yet. But as dumb as it is to say, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take the grindy right this second. Yeah, 34. Now, it looks like I'm one-shotting them, but I'm pretty sure the fireball is also hitting them. Yeah, see, because I still need to hit them twice. And it's annoying, because once I one-shot them, that means I get them to spawn, and I turn right around and jump up the stairs while swinging my sword and they're dead. It literally takes about 3 seconds for one cycle. It's pretty crazy like that. So there's level 11. Still not even good enough. What's my strength? Yeah, I've got a ways to go on strength. But if it means killing the boss a hell of a lot quicker, I'll take it. I don't like the idea of having to sit here and grind quite as long as I do. But welcome to well-designed games. I mean, it was an arcade game. It was meant to be a quarter muncher. There was actually a time limit in the arcade for this game, and if you did not successfully clear through like bosses and get to specific shops that sold hourglasses, which also went up in price, an unkillable giant skull would appear and just gnaw on your face and kill you. Good fun times. No, really. But they moved this to console. Doesn't really have a purpose of that. But they let you still have the ability to purchase the 1-ups and shit and all that stuff. And yippee. So I don't really remember. Well, after the Silkworm, the grind to 16 is only 15 is only 5 minutes. So it might be 40 offense. I honestly don't remember. Nope, it is not 14. Okay, so there went one of my medical herbs. I didn't desperately need it. The funny thing is, regardless of damage that I take, I know I said the funny thing is a lot. Regardless of how much damage it is that I wind up taking, I think I'm supposed to be jumping up the stairs and attacking at the same time. It's whatever. Yeah. Oh, no, because enemies won't spawn if the bag hasn't been grabbed. That was dumb of me. So I had the right idea. I'm just second-guessing myself. We'll just deal with it. It doesn't matter how much damage you could take. You could be at 1 hit point and take 9,999. If you have a medical herb, it'll immediately say you took the medical herb and you have 30 hit points left. Cool. And that goes until you're out of those. And then if after running out of those, if you have an elixir, that completely restores your life and hit points. Good for you. Hooray. Everything is wonderful. I'm nearly to the next level, and I'm desperately hoping I'll be able to one-shot these guys because it goes a hell of a lot faster then. What's my cash at? It's only 6,300. So that's barely enough to afford the endgame equipment, which is obviously annoying because it costs 5,800, and realistically, I should only need, like, the... I'm going to grab that even though I shouldn't. Realistically, I only need the weapon... and then just kind of hope for the best, I guess. There we go. Now we're there. This is what I want. Or don't hit him. That's whatever. What? I was one-shotting them. What's going on here? Alright. No fireballs. Yeah. What the heck's going on here? That was weird. You know what? I was jumping in a little bit too soon because the fireball was hitting. Yeah, the fireball's hitting the one in the back. That's where I was taking the damage. Okay, so now that we've figured out the fact that I am colossally stupid, that's fine. This goes a lot faster. Each one of these guys gives 70 experience. So each, 3 seconds that I spend doing this, I get 140. So almost 50 experience a second. Which sounds like too much math, and yes, I know, a lot of you were all told that there would be no math, and I never told you that, so how dare you suggest that? That's a straight lie, and I don't appreciate this. Tell you what, to make this interesting, I'm only going to get to level 15, and we're going to see how far that can carry me, because 16 worked out well, and I'm pretty sure I had a continue left over. I'm curious if the money is the part that I'm worried about. So I'm gonna go for 15 and hope that that's all I need instead of the 16. So we're gonna be living wild, kids. I don't know, just calculating how much experience. The next step would have been also knowing how much experience I would have needed to get to 15, but I forgot to look that part up, so it's whatever. There we go. Oop, no! Skip. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so that's ostensibly 6 minutes, although really I do need to... I probably shouldn't be worried about having this split oh crap. There's the... I'm poisoned, but the antidote automatically kicks in, so it's less of a problem. And then I have to deal with more water, because of course I do. And then also enemies that are in the water, because of course I do. And this is... Normally you would jump and only take the one cycle on the damage, but I'm kind of dumb like this. This split here should be when I kill the silkworm. So that's what this split will be. Hooray me. Oh no, it's the worm! How fun. And his pattern is pretty well set. He bounces, and then he bounces, and then this time he will unfurl and then kind of lurch back. Oops. And shoot that at me. And my shield is worthless! But that's fine, because he did. Alright. And oh, he does poison, so I had to take an antidote. But this also gives a fair amount of cash. There's that. We'll say that's the split that should reach Silkworm, okay? Now I backtrack and go get the 1-ups, which means this split is going to be longer than the previous one because normally I was starting from, you know, all the way over there, near the exit, and I ain't near no exit now. But I can also do the incredibly silly-looking jump stab for guys that are bum-rushing me. They're rushing my bum. I mean, what can you say? Sometimes you just gotta rush some dude's bum. What do you want? And on that note, I apologize for everything I just said. I could walk into this room and go buy some more herbs and shit, but I have 1 herb and enough life to be able to survive the trip back to the town, because in theory I should only take 8 damage. You want to jump, please? Thank you. Getting back to this town. And I don't worry about grabbing like any armor or obviously a sword in the first town because the level ups that I get just vastly outclass any of the gear it is that I'm going to be able to worry about. I also don't worry about the, I guess it's more than 8. I can't count anymore. Okay, there was 10 damage. My bad. Really what's most important is the 1-ups, yes. I think I don't want to worry too much about the this. I'm not even gonna worry about the inn. I'm just gonna buy 3 more of these, and then I'm just immediately gonna start going through the next area. I already lost count. Yeah, that was 4. Okay. And I do want to get a couple more antidotes just to play it safe, and I have to save. It's the 5800 is actually incorrect. I feel kind of bad about listing that as the number, because I need 800. I need 800 for, hell with it, I'm going to the end. I need 800 for a key. I need 5800, so I need 6600 for the, 6600 to be able to afford the best end gear, and then also a key that you arbitrarily have to buy to be able to go to the next area after that. This will give me, this way I don't have enough money for that extra continue, but I'll have enough money left over to buy a better sword on the way to an annoying stupid boss, and because I'm 1 level under, buying that sword is going to take less time than going out of my way to grind out an extra level. In fact, here's your quick math. Was that 5... Really? 500? Only 500 experience? 500 experience would have been, like 9 seconds. Granted, it's after killing a boss and such, but it's whatever. I'm not even really going to bother sweating it right now. We're just going to keep on moving then. This is one of those delightful games where knockback will knock you the opposite direction that you're facing. So, if you are, say, you know, in the middle of a jump and you face backwards, it'll knock you that direction. So if an enemy's, like, hitting you in the wrong direction, you fly that direction. That split's actually, like, way late. It was kind of dumb of me. So I go out of my way to get to kill the worm, to get the silk rope, which is for this inexplicably slightly higher than I could jump. Of course. Because reasons. I'm honestly going to get to 16, like, on the way to the Lotus, aren't I? Yeah, I'm beginning to think I just mistimed, like, some stuff here. Why am I not jumping at the things? That was dumb. So enemies are just going to kind of secretly spawn up under you like that, which is annoying. And it's really annoying with the wizard because he pretty much never gets to the point to be able to downstab enemies and one-shot them, so the enemy will still be there and he'll still be just kind of murdering you with his hugs, and nobody wants to have to deal with that. So there's my level up, which I could have been grinding out before. It's whatever. I'll get the better sword. Again, whatever. I'm not going to really lose too much sleep over it. Although I'm beginning to see why not having that extra damage against those guys would have been good, because I had to use the fireball to be able to kill them. And that's stupid and annoying, and I hate things. But it's whatever. I'm just going to keep saying it's whatever until it, you know, feels correct. Ow! I hate you. Just when I think I know where they're all going to spawn, I still thoroughly blow it. One here, one there. And then that's one more. Two more? Three more! I hate counting. So, the entirety of all those shenanigans right there is, you can go all the way to the top of that area where I came out of the portal, and then immediately started climbing down the vine to go murder all the guys. If you go all the way up to the top and then walk all the way to the left, you find this Lilliput town, right? That looks sadly about right. And you can't enter the buildings, obviously. Because of course you can't. And I'm never really going to use the fireball again, so that's fine. So, I don't have a fireball on my sword anymore, that's fine. This will make up for the... Because right now it'd be really close to 1700. Anyway, so you go to the town and you talk to the townspeople and they say, yeah, sure, we've got a portal to the next area, inexplicably. But you're really big, so you can't go there. But there's a magic flower at the end of the endless woods that you would be able to locate that can make you small enough to enter our buildings. And then you would be able to go and, enter this portal in the apothecary's house, because reasons. And that takes you to a thoroughly destroyed land of zombies. Don't think about that too much, just, you know, the game had to include zombies. So in order to enter the building to go to the next area, you had to go way out of your way to a stupid area where there was a big giant silkworm, kill the worm, which logically makes him drop his silk from the sky. That was good timing. And then use that to climb up and take the long route to get to the end of the endless woods. Oh no, D-Rock, it gets better. Water hurts you in this game, but it hurts you for 2 a point. Those big barbed spiky things coming out of the walls hurt you for 1. And it gets even better still, because here in a moment I'm going to encounter a big giant river of fire. And I'm going to proceed to pass through that the same way that I just passed through the water. It also only does 2 points of damage. River of fire, 2 points of damage. Water, 2 points of damage. Giant spikes coming out of the wall, 1 point of damage. Dragons breathing fire, 20. In fact, just hugging a dragon, 20. Don't think about this game too long. It'll make your head hurt. And now I'm going through my medicinal herbs. Not a huge problem. I have what, 3 left? Yeah, that's fine. The reason I'm not sweating the lack of medicinal herbs is that I have what, the 4 continues. I'm assuming that this time will wind up paying off towards the end of the run. I'm also coming up on the first of 3 elixirs in the game. There was a boss in the previous, like, Vine area that, for some odd reason, they removed in this game. They removed a boss, And they remove 2 of the 4 character classes. So, I mean, in this, there's the fighter and there's the wizard, right? You have a fighter, you have a wizard. In the original version, there was a fighter, a wizard, a cleric, and a ninja. So we're just going to let that sit in for a second. They cut out a ninja. The game had a ninja, and they said, nah, let's go with the boring dude and the guy that uses magic. We're going to cut out the girl, who's really effective, and frankly just makes the game trivial, and the ninja, who also makes the game trivial. And also a boss. The boss drops that elixir, and I proceed to just use it. Alright, it's whatever. So here's a river of fire, right? 2 damage. 2 damage. 2 damage. This hurts as much as water. Also, why does water hurt? It's whatever. I don't pretend to understand it, I just know that it is a thing. I don't want to use my continue just yet, so I'm actually going to stop in at this. Oh, this woman is always in the way of the innkeeper. Get out of the way! Lady! Hey! Also, this inn is pretty expensive. And since I, technically speaking, have a couple of minutes to spare right now, I honestly don't remember if there is a better weapon in this shop. So I'm going to check real quick. I think it's just armor. And besides, I think it's going to wind up being too expensive for me to care, so... Oh, yeah, no, I don't give a shit about any of that. Alright, we're moving on. Yeah, water hurts the same as a fire river. And it hurts more than big, giant, spiky barb things coming out of the wall. Welcome to Cadash, right? I mean, the whole, oh, water hurts, and you don't know where you're going, and I guess I'm going to have to go this way to whatever. So, you get a charm here that lets you, well, you put it on her dead husband who used to be a bandit. You put it on his gravestone at the very beginning of this zone. And then you take that, he gives you a charm that lets you talk to pets, talk to animals. Sadly, the only animal is his dog. He says animals, he's a liar, he just means his dog. His dog tells you where to go to find the bandits that have a secret, base that allows you to eventually, I'm just going to keep running into lightning, I guess, allows you to pass all the way on the right side of the screen. There's another fire river, which you can't just jump through because the game hates you. But anyways, you get to this one, you drop off the charm, and Abel says, hooray, my wife is fine, and whatever. Here, please take this, this thing. There we go. Thank you. There's Abel's charm. That's a split I never actually added. I don't really know why, but there it is. Great. Would you stop? Get out of the way, zombies. Zombies. Alright, so I have no more medicinal herbs. Ow. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and use my elixir on the way to the fire elemental. Because it's a bunch of bandits hiding out in the middle of nowhere. So they summon a fire elemental. A big angry dude doing the Mr. Clean look at you. And honestly, he doesn't really do much else. He just kind of sits there all angry like and has fireballs fly at you. Because, well, really, if you could just sit there and do nothing and have fireballs fly at your enemies, wouldn't you do that? Because I'd do that. But the only way to get to that is you have to go all the way back to this dog right here. He says push on the wall on the right side. All that really means is congratulations, you can now pass through this wall. And then here's the fire elemental. D-Rock, I refuse to acknowledge that comment, which in hindsight means I just acknowledged that comment. Shit. Grrr! I'm a fire elemental! Oh no, I took the elixir of life. Now here's the fun part. Really? Hey, look at me, I'm a bullet hell. Ha ha ha. You want to attack him, please? No? Two cycling him requires, like, more levels, just in general. Ow. And he's dead. There it is. Great. There's my level up. You kill him and you get a magic flute. Sure, why not? So the magic flute lets you bypass this other fire bridge that for some odd reason you couldn't just walk through like you saw that other one was. This one makes an actual bridge for you to deal with. Because reasons? I don't pretend to understand it, I just play the game badly. Go with it. You want to climb? Are you climb? Climb, mother sucker! Spikes. I haven't actually died yet, which means I still have my continues. That's the good news. Of course, the bad news is once you started dying, then things go south. Thank you. And 3. There's. Regardless of life and armor and whatever the hell else, every time you get hit by lightning, you take 20 damage. Which means each one of these cycles, you're gonna wind up taking 60 damage, unless you remember where the lightning is. I never do, because I'm special. I could walk back and use the inn and buy more herbs. This is a speed run, not a let's play, so screw you. That's why. So inexplicably, I can't jump across this one. I don't know why, but I'm going to play a magic flute and then walk across this. And then I go to another castle. Why not? You know, just we'll reuse stuff, you know. And then we're going to go murder some guys and fight some stuff. I did use my elixir, right? Yeah, so I'm nearly dead. Okay, I can one-shot these. I was going to say I'm pretty sure I can one-shot, but I'm not entirely sure. If I have to two-shot them, they also poison, and that's a bad time. I'm not going to work... Well, okay, there's a medical herb and an elixir. I'm going to grab the herb. I'm going to use that to allow me to get the elixir. That way I don't have to backtrack too much. In theory. There's a couple of just random, you know, 100% heal you of all the damage things in the final dungeon, which is a castle, and doesn't have a dungeon. Don't think about that too much. Hey, man. I try not to think about it too much, and, you know, I'm just sitting here playing things. Not that door, you hooker bot. Holy boop. Yes, holy boop. You were supposed to jump further. What's wrong with you? There we go. And now no more skeletons. Great. So this is the castle. Whoa. Castle of the Balrog. That was great. I'm glad that happened. I'm just going to ignore that skeleton and walk past him. I'm probably going to... You have to use... Yeah, the thing right there. Because those guys suck. And why not go ahead and have some of these big spike balls flying at you? Because I don't know about you, but big spiky balls, man. That gets my motor... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Please, no. So you're dealing with stupid shit. You walk through a bunch of shit. Oh, look, you remember that first boss? Well, it's back, but in jelly form? But you're decidedly more powerful. No, the Balrog does not wear gloves. There's the princess, who has to do the I gotta pee dance. Because there's no bathroom in her... she has a bed in a tiny studio apartment. You know, everybody wants to move out away from home, but they never think about where it is they're going to be staying. So she should have thought about that before she was ruthlessly kidnapped by the Balrog. And no, let's be fair here. Balrog was Oh, I remember now why I keep the sword with the fireball. Because I can't actually get over to hit him. Oh, I can, okay. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? Because I thought I wasn't going to be able to kill that guy. And that's bad, yo. Skeleton. Remember, Balrog was originally... That wasn't the boxer. That was a claw dude. Are you kidding me with this? Aww. And I realize you're not, but that is some bullshit. Remember, M. Bison was originally the boxer. Because... I mean, they even drew him to look like Mike Tyson. You can't be surprised. Yay, splits that I never remembered to split. Or I did and then screwed up somewhere and had to go back and I'm an idiot. No, Balrog is not a magic man. Well, in this game he is, but, well, sure. Alright, so I finally have a swanky helmet. Hooray! So, yeah, a little bit more money than it is than I wanted to have left over, but whatever. So I got my cool looking armor, got my cool duds. There's another elixir coming up, which hopefully I won't have to wind up using, because, duh. And then on the way up to the next boss, again, in one of those tiny, cramped, annoying, stupid rooms, I will have to fight the other boss, not the Kraken, but one of the other bosses that I ignored. Tried to ignore. There's another silkworm in a tiny-ass fucking room, because reasons. And you just keep humping that rope there, mister. And she's going to keep doing that. I have to pee. You left me room for a bed and nothing else. What's wrong with you? I guess I'll go back up the stairs. Thanks, game. I do love I can move around as much as I want in the air like that. So you can do like the overhand strike and just kind of, wow, the cool shit. It's fun to look at. I'm going to take sizably less damage now. Or I'm not even going to take that damage. Well, those are still going to do 20, so never mind to that. But this guy, yeah. 12. Alright. I think another one's going to spawn, but I'm going to run. I'm going to ignore this skeleton again. I'm just going to walk. because good programming. Just, oh, you're, whatever. Just ignore the skeleton. I'm like, okay. What in the hell? Or don't jump. It's whatever, bruh. I have one elixir. I say, hell with it, let's go. Oh, I've been poisoned, that sucks. I have taken the antidote! So all that just to get that key to be able to come down this hallway, and I'm going to ignore those things because they'll just run into each other. I used to think you had to kill them or dodge them or whatever, but they kill each other, who cares? Good trap. And you know, there's no way to get the money that those guys will ever drop. Quality programming again. So you're thinking, oh good, a bunch of stupid little tiny rooms again. Okay, cool. Worm! Oh god, why? It's the cave of the worm, mind you. Hell yes it is. You want to stop doing that, please? Ow. Oh, why did I jump this way? That was smart. And yeah, see, he poisoned me. Which is funny because normally unless you have an antidote, there ain't nothing you gonna be able to do. Why did I jumped. I don't know why. And being poisoned would be annoying. But walking into this fight for some odd reason removes the poison. Not gonna argue with it. Now, it's the Balrog himself. So Balrog here is a magic man. And I know there's gonna be, spoiler alerts and all, right? But, here's your spoiler alert. You happen to see the split there that says dragon. Yeah, here's the thing. Is that that dude is I'm just gonna tank the damage for now. Well, get back in the corner so I can stab you a lot. There you go. Whoa, hey, yo, lightning's gone all crazy, man. Dang. Really? Are you really gonna be this guy right now? Yeah, he's totally a fair dude, except he's not a dude. As you can see, oh, he totally lost his head, and he's a dragon. Because the game is all about the fairness. And then also, because he's a dragon, he's breathing fire at you. I only have one method of hurting him, and that's using my sword. But that's when he starts using his tail to knock you right back. And, like, most everything in this fight is gonna do 20 damage to me. That's fine. That's where the continues come into play. As you can see, I'm back at full life. Let's do this. You wanna come down here so I can stab you? And the funny thing is, this isn't even the end of the run, because after this I have to go do some more shit. Okay, that's dragon. Dragon is down there on that split. So now I have to go, and we're back in the original castle, and that guy's dead, and you go find the king who's hiding out in the secret subroom, and he says, oh no, while you were gone doing bullshit and fighting the Balrog, then the Balrog showed up and wrecked our shit. And the princess says, oh no, you're not wearing a necklace, so clearly you are not my dad. Haha, she is cunning with her accessorizing. You are right, I am secretly the bad guy. The one that I was busy fighting? How did you... But I don't... Whatever. And he says he's going to kill me with his bare hands, but the joke's on me because he's not going to use his... He's not going to use any damn hands at all. He's going to use his tail and he's going to breathe fire. Which I think is wildly unfair. But the good news is... This fight is obviously very, very, very annoying. because he can fly. And I mean, the wizard, you know, he gets big old flying daggers, which are just kind of going everywhere and wrecking stuff. Versus the fighter, who's all about the whole, I guess I'll stab you. Which is fun and fine. It's whatever. But as you can see, he lost his wings, and now he has a second head. Now, the second head doesn't breathe fire. The second head breathes whatever those things are that he just coughed up. So, don't think about that too much, right? At this point, since he's grounded, that means I can just mash like that. And time! So, one level less. I still had a little bit too much money. I still had to continue left, so I'm thinking 14. I might be able to get away with doing level 14 and then continuing on with the rest of the run. Because, by the way, that right there was the record. Now, why in the hell is my sum of best 33? Because it's missing a couple of splits. That's why. I was saying that can't be right. That is inhuman. So, there's the world record for fighter in Cadash, right? And then we have, inexplicably, the ending for, what's the game? I never remember the game. The first in the Terranigma series? No, you don't get the girl. You're like, hooray, I have saved your kingdom, and I know you want to put me in charge, but bah. It's even funnier because the wizard, they specifically say that the wizard is like the court wizard. He's worked for the king forever. Like, as old as he is, he's like, I've always been here, I've always advised you. For some odd reason, I'm only level 1 and can just shoot like a pea shooter fireball, woohoo. No, the one before Illusion, Soul Blazer, thank you. And look, it's the girl from Soul Blazer. Because reasons. Generic waifu. You are correct. And what's her name? Sarisa? Sarsaparilla? I don't know, shit. It's whatever. It's... You know, I completely forgot to leave a comment in the race channel, so give me 1 second, D-Rock. There we go. Alright, so... I'm going to have to do a cutting of that for an update to my submission on Limit Break to show, yes, look, there's a fighter, there's a wizard, here's the both of them. There's still improvements to be made. I also need to include the comment of, well, how marathon safe is it? Well, that was me going a little bit faster than usual, like cutting out a level in the grinding, and I was still perfectly fine. I could add another level on top of that frankly wound up being like 40 seconds longer, and I had a couple of continues left. I'm fine. It's very safe. The next question is, what do I have to do to make this safe for 2 players? That's the next question. Wait, what? We're not up